Hi Mauro, hi Tore.
Good morning.
Hi guys.
Let me turn on my camera. Wait a bit for Ichaka. Sure if William is joining.
Let me check if he's online. Doesn't look online, so no clue.
Okay. Well, maybe we can start then.
Yeah.
Right, let me close that. Let me share my screen. There you are. All right. Planning then. What's the highlight of the last sprint? We didn't cut a release, right? 4 was already there, I think. We already discussed that. Mhm.
Yeah, 401. Yeah.
And that's because of the tags. So nothing really changed. It's just that the Hadron images we had were showing up as, let me actually find the release notes. Reported it's Hadron 1, though it was Hadron 3, I think. It was just the tag in the ETC Kairos release.
Yeah.
Let me open that. So even if you're on V400, it's still the same Hadron version. We just fixed the tagging.
Well, on that regard, do you guys think we could move to Hadron V1 or something like that? I find it a bit strange that we are on. I know that there are different reasons, and I'm not saying it has to be changed to V1, but I think it would give a bit of a sense that this is our first stable release.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, we
Yeah.
have tested that on cloud, we have tested that on bare metal, so I think it generally works equally well to all the other flavors we had so far, so I don't see why we wouldn't call it V1.
Yeah. Maybe.
So maybe on the next one, but let's talk with Chaka as well.
Yeah.
Maybe he has something big he wants to, big change he wants to bring in, so better do that before we call it V1. What else? Let's go through the done column. So some work on the operator, some breaking changes again. That's why we haven't called it stable yet. This was already done, so the architecture flag is passed down to Kaneko, so you can actually build artifacts for different architectures and images. This is spam,
That
I
was
think.
spam, yeah.
Yeah, AI era. Spam is so easy. Allow the user to pull with credentials without pushing. So you could use credentials to push the generated image, and they were also used to pull any images you had. But if you didn't push, the credentials weren't being used. So this is fixing it. You can also define environment variables in the build container, and the main purpose is that you define HTTP proxy, HTTPS proxy, and no proxy envars. So you can set a proxy uh, for example, for your container registry. That's what this does. And there's one more story to support that, which is CA certificates. I'm not sure if it's this one or a separate one, but that's also for the proxy and custom registries. So you can inject CA certificates in Canico and make it use it, so you can pull from your own private registries. Identify DNF is installed for Oracle Linux. That was like a requirement to support Oracle Linux, but I think there is an additional ticket there, add support for Oracle Linux. So this is not complete. It needs changes in Kairos in it, but the first one was a change in YIP. So I'm not sure if the reporter, let me check who it was, if they're going to continue with the Kairos init changes, or we
They
have to
did
do
also
some.
the Kairos in it is the next done ticket.
Ah,
Yeah.
nice. All right.
I
Here,
don't know if that's it, but maybe there's still more to be done. I have to check. Yeah, that one.
doesn't say anything about Oracle Linux, no.
I
Yeah,
think
they
It's
did
great.
some generic
Hmm?
things so they can be identified by a generic family, and it seems like with that it's kind of enough because Oracle reports itself as some other ID like.
yeah.
Mm. So maybe it works. Okay. Cancel. Oh, no, 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 cancel. Okay, but we can ask them if it's done when we get to this one and maybe close it. Split operator docs into separate plugins. So if you go to Kairos docs, yeah, it doesn't show it. It shows here, but actually, it's in the source is a separate thing, and we have separate versions. See, because the operator has its own versioning. So if I'm in the docs, the versions I see here say Kairos, and these are the Kairos versions. If I'm in operator, it says operator, and I see operator versions. Because all the changes we do don't match the V007, all the OS artifact changes we have, and we needed versioning in docs like we did with Kairos, and that's what this does.
Nice.
I was thinking, maybe does it make sense to have a maybe separated doc project for the? I mean, just to avoid the clutter on the main docs. Maybe we can start to split. Like Aurora Boot should have its own documentation. You know what I mean? To try to avoid polluting the main documentation. I'm thinking just onward. Because there will be also copy, and maybe we can keep the high level flow in the main docs. Meanwhile, if you want the full reference, I don't
We
know.
would
Just
be duplicating all the pipelines. It was actually very easy to split it in a. I mean, I didn't do it by hand. Kersor did it, but it was really simple.
no, it's
Uh,
okay.
and generally speaking, with change to DocuSource, even versioning was really very easy. And I'd rather have it all in one place, to be honest, because I don't think anybody would be using the operator unless they were using Kairos. I haven't seen anybody yet, at least. Oh, why does it look like that? That's the main page. Yeah, but yeah, we can discuss it if we are to add more. But see how nicely integrated it is. It just looks like a link,
Okay.
but behind the scenes, it's a completely separate, page. Let's say.
Yeah.
Okay. Document the new artifact API. Part of what we changed in the operator. Kairos V4 in docs. That's a blog post, maybe.
Blog post on the release of the docs, and some the
Mhm.
removing the older version. Yeah.
So blog post, that would be this one, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. All right. Yeah, that's what I said about CA search. You can also mount a volume like we did with context, build context, and security trusted boot keys and all. It's yet another volume you can mount. They are available. It's also documented, so no need to talk more about it here. Yeah, the operator docs, we'll put it in a link. Document pull credentials, yeah, documentation about the features we added. That's the same. Yeah, that was a snippet in documentation. We pointed to a non-existent K3s version and fixed that here. This is the PR that fixes it. And updating docs of the Kairos factory action, refactoring of the docs, I think, right, Mauro?
Yep.
All right, and then there's nothing to discuss. I'm going to archive them all. Let's see what's under review. This one I didn't touch because we were changing a lot of things and there was a ticket. Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, because I heard the UPS here spike in the voltage or something. So there is a ticket somewhere to automate this. So if I understand correctly, we wanted to run the help command of a CLI, generate the options and put them in the docs automatically or something, right? If you can find that ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one, right?
Yeah.
Copy
Mhm.
link. Let me link to that. We have to discuss now with all the changes in the documentation done. It's already linked.
If that's the case, maybe we just merge this one for now. And
I don't know. I don't even remember if they exist. I think we made a comment here that some of them are deprecated. Is not used. This one is deprecated.
but there, I guess it's adding some that are needed. So neither not merging it nor
It's the same. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
it's broken in both ways. So maybe we just move on.
Yeah, it has conflicts anyway, so I cannot merge
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
This is done since some time now. What's left?
It's still about the review. Sorry, I haven't gotten into it for the latest changes for macOS.
See, now now it has conflicts.
Yeah.
All right. At support for Oracle links, we said we have to ask if it's done. Let me see if
Yeah.
there's any update in comments. To that's the description. Done, or do we need to explicitly support it in Kairos init? Comment. Copy. William is not here, is he?
He is. I think.
He is. William, can
Yeah,
you hear
I'm
us?
here. I was driving. Sorry, I'm driving. Sorry, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So the copy I have to send out a message. I want to send out a message in the Kairos Slack for a community demo. And at the same time, I also would like to upgrade all the code to 125 for some CVEs that are present in 124. That's I plan to do this week. So both things, to send out a message and to work on upgrading the one to go 125.
All right. So
Nice.
after you do the demo, we'll try to do some reviewing of the code and all, and yeah, maybe announce it, make it official, and move on with the next of the stories.
Just quickly, William, do you think are we on time to prepare something for KubeCon, or is it too late? What's your take?
I think we can. I mean, it's working. Just the matter is to find out, to understand what kind of lab we can use. Where can the lab exist? But depends what we want to do. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, let's chat about that later, and we see if it's only a demo or because we were also discussing with Dimitris to have maybe one of those presentations at the project pavilion, like the one you guys did. What is it? 2 years ago or
Yeah.
a year
Yeah,
ago?
yeah, in London. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, I think would be great to arrange that.
Okay.
It's the
Awesome.
all the three of us are there, so yeah.
All right.
And
Let's
be,
sync up.
I think if we do that demo, maybe I can swap the demo image from Ubuntu to Hadron, and we go all the 9 yards. That would be nice.
Yeah, that would be very cool.
Yeah, really. Nice. All right. But yeah, we need to try that out soon and plan it because it's only 2 weeks left. So yeah, that's about copy. Spec requirements for Kairos operator. This is the how do we call it? The brain Monday. Anyway, the collection of stories. This is done actually. So I think maybe we can close it. I'm just leaving it there until I get some feedback from people trying that out. And we have some people internally in Spectro that are going to give it a shot. So I'm just keeping that open to collect feedback. But other than that, I'm not really doing anything here, just waiting for people to try that out. Something I broke here, it came in yesterday, I think. So moved the flags around. I think we fixed that before. So I moved the positional argument after the named argument. No, before the the named one after the positional argument, and it's ignored by the library we use. So anyway, this is fixing it, but I wanted to also have a test for that to not break it again. That's why I didn't merge it. Other than that, it looks fine. So yeah, if the reporter doesn't come up with a test, maybe I'll pick it up and create a test for it and finish it. But yeah, I'm giving him some time to finish the PR. So that's it. There is not much to review. Other than this, I mean, here, add firmware update package. The reason it was still in progress was because we wanted to make it a system extension. Turns out we needed context. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ichaka. We also need context.
No, that's all right. Yep.
Yep, and you added support for context here in Aurora Boot. And
on agent,
yeah,
and it's now missing on IMU core.
shit,
So
they all want support
verify.
for that.
Yeah, they all just the way we do is we separate per active, passive, recovery, and so on. So when booting, we just copy them in the proper place and verify the signatures as well before copying them. So if you need convex, then you need to do the same for convex. So thankfully, it's really easy because it's basically the same. There is no much difference in from our management view. It's just different directories basically. So
Yeah. Nice. All right. So IMUCore work pending, and this will be done, and together with docs, I guess. So it's missing the IMUCore part and the docs. Okay, work in progress. Kairos landing page.
Yeah,
The
it's actually homepage probably.
yeah,
It's
okay.
just a restructuring on the homepage. I will try to have this ready for KubeCon.
Nice. Release 4.0. Is that done? I don't think there's anything left. We already have the next one, so.
Maybe because the blog post was missing, but yeah, I think now this could be closed.
Okay, I'm closing it. Closed. Then, but come on. Okay. And then the confidential containers operator. I gave it a try last week on this. So on two regions in AWS, Ohio and Ireland, you get access to the machines that have these special CPUs that allow you to run confidential containers. And I gave it a try with Hadron just to see if we're compatible, because locally the operator deployed fine. It just gave me a warning that I don't have such a CPU and these features won't work. So I say, okay, let me find the appropriate hardware. I did, and it doesn't boot. Actually, it boots and it shuts down after reset, I think, but I don't get much time, because until I see the console, until the AWS brings up the console and I see logs, it's already powered off. I'm guessing a kernel panic, but I don't know because it doesn't give me any logs. So I have to check more things on how to debug AWS EC2 machines, but hopefully I'm gonna get access to hardware, bare metal, through different means really soon. So I'm gonna give it a try there. So this is what the story is about: testing out our stack and if it works in this kind of machines with this kind of CPUs, and if we can deploy confidential workloads. I remind you, we did a spike a couple of years back. Yeah.
Dimitris, the for Coco, you need to define you need the TE chip, the trusted execution environment chip.
Yeah.
But you need to configure which one you have. If it's the S&P or if it's the Intel one, either the AMD or the Intel.
Configured where, you mean, in the kernel?
In Coco.
In the operator?
Yeah, in the operator. You have to.
Yeah, that's when you actually try to
spin
spin up. Yeah, when you, that's after you deployed the operator, you have to define the runtime in an annotation, I think, or something.
Correct.
Yeah, I didn't get to that point. So Kairos doesn't boot at all. That's as far as I got.
Okay.
So it's earlier. It fails to boot. I'm guessing a kernel panic, but yeah, and it needs more debugging. But yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, that's when you try to spin up a workload. You define which kind of runtime you want. Yeah, that's
yes.
True. Yes. So yeah, I'll be spending more time on this week. Hopefully, I'll get my access to the hardware I need, and yeah, maybe I'll make more progress. Other than that, I'm hoping to take a shot on the copy work from William and try that out and test it. So this is what we had in progress. This is what's under review. Let's see what we can do this week. I'm gonna go to the projects and check the roadmap just to stay focused on the next release. Come on. All right, more to the right, more to the right. Okay, here we are, 4.1.0. So, all right. So, let me group them in, let's say, lanes. One of them is additional work on the operator. Some of these tickets just need closing because they're already done, like this one, for example, but this is an epic. It's actually done. This one also, yes, this is also done. So we have to clean it up, but yeah, you can identify some of them as operator tickets. Maybe some things are left, but mostly a cleanup. Then we have Hadron related documentation, like quick start guides to extend the system or trusted boot. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think all of these work. We just need to document them.
Yeah, I think so. So some are even documented, I think, but not everything.
Maybe even done, yeah. There was a request for better labeling of nodes through the operator. This is an actual feature we need to add, but there is an open discussion on how we do that.
Yeah,
I'm. Yeah, sorry, go on, Mauro.
No, go ahead, William.
Yeah, I've been looking into it, and there is still a point open, which is how not to break the upgrades. I'm looking at totally reinstalling as an upgrade. I mean K3S, not Kairos. But once done an upgrade, K3S can be redeployed and retain the data store. So because we cannot add labels, re-add the labels, but we can use them as manifest, and K3S will pick them up as a reinstall. So that's the only option that I think is valid for upgrade.
How does life cycle overall would look here? Like, what is the expectation to have? If one is upgrade, as we were talking about, but what about also, okay, I did an upgrade, it didn't work, I go to fallback. I guess there we don't have a problem, right? Like it remains with the previous tags.
Correct. That's correct.
Yeah.
So the user at day 0, the user would issue the labels, and the labels will be saved in the manifest files for the manifest deployers to be picked up either by K0S or K3S. And during an upgrade, there is a new version of the binary deployed, and at start time, it will pick up the manifest again, and it will reapply them. So it's so therefore also rollbacks work as well.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Let's jump into the car then, because for me, it feels like we need to have a different. I don't know. Like we already have Bootstrap. We need some sort of other stage or whatever we want to call it that does this operational work on nodes, right?
Well, I'm not sure. Why?
To be sure those things get applied, like whenever you do an upgrade, you will not run the Bootstrap anymore, right? So you will
I don't think it's going to be the provider, and I don't think it's going to be the operator either.
Mm-hmm.
No,
you
well,
need to
it's
move
the
it
provider.
on the agent.
It's okay. Well, the agent is installing K3S, right, and starting it.
I mean, it's the agent with the provider, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
But only happens once.
Yeah, indeed.
Right. But when there is an upgrade, the agent restarts K3S.
Yeah, but the Bootstrap is only happening once, right? Because we store some Sentinel file in the persistent. So it will run the Bootstrap, but it will check the persistent storage and see, oh, this has been already bootstrapped, because all the data is already on persistent, right? You don't need to rebootstrap the things.
Yeah, correct.
What William suggests is that we just put some manifests in place, and as soon as K3S restarts, it will pick it up.
Yeah, the manifest is the manifest deployer K3S or K0S that will pick up the manifest that exists in those directories.
But
we don't rely on the Bootstrap.
But that's what I mean.
No,
then it would be a problem if you fall back, because now you need to handle that manifest when upgrading, but also when you going back to passive, right?
But it's always there the manifest.
So right,
the manifest doesn't change.
It's just labels, right? It doesn't.
Right.
It's not a huge thing. Labels has been supported forever.
Yeah. But what happens? Let's say that version. I don't know. There are two different versions between active and passive, and if you put one of the other, they are both reading in persistent, so they both have the same content.
Yeah, but it shouldn't matter, because we are storing there.
No, I understand the point. I understand the point.
We're not storing versions, right?
In the issue, there are specific labels for versions of Kairos as well. So those are therefore are stored.
Okay, sorry.
Well,
Maybe we should jump on it together on a different call. I don't know. Sorry.
Maybe we can still
Yeah.
hook on Bootstrap and just generate the manifest with the actual contents and then continue with the Bootstrap. So the Bootstrap just says, okay, it's Bootstrap. I'll just ignore the rest. So like a pre-Bootstrap or something, but in the same Bootstrap state, so we don't have to create a new one for this.
Ah, I see what you mean. Like we check before we check
the Sentinel.
Also, yeah.
Especially because we will have to do it on the Bootstrap anyway, right? The manifest will need to be created before the Bootstrap is done. So they are based on A3 start. So we have to hook there anyways.
Good idea. Okay, yeah, I'll check that option out and write on the ticket.
Okay, yeah, please write it. I need to. I don't fully grasp it, but please do write it in the ticket.
Yep.
All right, let's continue on another or asynchronously another call. This one we don't need to do urgently. There are forks of Kaneko that are supported. One of the forks is by the people originally in the Kaneko project, so it's kind of official and Kaneko works. So not necessarily, but at some point we should check a couple of alternatives that there are there, like BuildKit and Builda. So, but yeah, it's not really urgent. Kairos provider model for. I don't remember what this one.
This one is about splitting responsibilities of the provider, and we said we were gonna try first with the changes
Yes.
William is providing with copy, and if that works out of the box, or if we need to do changes in the provider itself.
Okay, let's check copy first then.
Yeah.
This was a request to. So there are several requests that fall into the same category, making Kairos Init more flexible and hooking into the various stages of Kairos Init and changing things. And the discussion is always around how much flexibility we want to bring in, because Kairos Init, that's what I was trying to summarize here, because Kairos Init was supposed to simplify things in the expense of flexibility, of course. So we had a very flexible thing which was called a Docker file, and it was a mess, and we didn't want that. That's why we wrapped everything in a nice little black box. You give it minimum input, you tell it what you want to have in the end, and you let it do its thing. But if you start telling it too much, like I want this, I want that, change this, change that, right? Eventually you're coming up with your completely custom building, let's say, pipeline. So I'm not sure if you are, if that's what Kairos Init is supposed to do. It was never meant to give you all the options. You had all the options with a Docker file. You can just grab all the binaries from the Kairos repositories, write and releases, and build it yourself. And this one, in my opinion, falls into the same category. We already provided a couple of workarounds, like how you can do it. It's possible. So the conversation has ended up, being whether we should support it in Kairos Init or we do it through the workaround. So I think it's just a matter of opinion here mostly. We can do it, but I'm not sure we should. So if you have an opinion, please speak up.
Yeah, let's check. It was also about HRK added the feature in Jeep to be able to pin packages. Now that is there, and I updated Eric on that. So I think he's going to test it out, but I think he was on PTO at the moment.
All right. So let's wait for feedback. We go back there. And the co-operator will discuss. So you see, we're working on most of the things. If I go here, we don't have too many stories planned, but William has some work to do with Capi already, with the demo and all, and preparing something for KubeCon. That sounds to me like enough work, but William, correct me if I'm wrong, if you need me to pull more stories. I will be occupied a bit. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, that's what I will be preparing, and plus I will be talking with Mauro regarding the labeling.
Yep.
Nice. Which is here. The story is already in the to-do, so it's already planned.
Mhm.
All good.
Yeah.
I'm going to be spending time with confidential containers and maybe reviewing copy. So that's quite some work. And Itzaka, we need to wrap this up, the firmware update, and some changes in the documentation. But if we need more Hadron stories, I can pull some simple things from here. Like this is the docs for what you're doing with firmware update, for example, right?
Yeah.
So I can pull this in since you have it fresh.
Also, I think there is another doc that links into the NVIDIA stuff, because I got docs for the NVIDIA thing, but they are not, I'm not sure where to put them yet.
All right, so this could go here. It's related to that story. And let me remove this. Oops, not that.
And for the docs, let me just then make a section like the one we have for the operator, Ichaka, and then we can continue there, I would say.
Okay, that sounds good. I am
Nice.
not sure if to put them on Hadron or on the Kairos or.
Yeah, it's a good question. The last thing we decided was to send all traffic from Hadron Linux to Kairos, mainly because, at least for now, we don't see anyone consuming Hadron without Kairos. So that's the last thing we decided. So let's just try to put it here, I would say. And if for some reason we see it doesn't fit or whatever, then we move it back.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Okay, this is about docs, right? The story, because it doesn't say docs here. But I think the actual work to do that is the other story with the firmware update, right? So I put the documentation label in this one. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then there was also the trusted boot. I'm not sure if it's done. I think it's done. I'm not sure if it has docs already. Why does it need a separate one for Hadron?
I think this one was the quick start one. So, but indeed, I think this is done. Maybe I missed closing it.
To change this page to Hadron
Yeah.
only. Okay, let's
Yeah.
check. Page
I think
start.
it's there. If you go to the left, it has a trusted boot one. Yeah. So that is closed.
Yeah,
That is
Hadron,
done. Sorry, can be closed.
Right. So I can. This is done. Right.
Thanks.
And Hadron, NVIDIA drivers, this one, right, Chaka? The one you mentioned. Oh, this is
Yes.
closed. You closed it?
Yes, because the work is done, but as extension on that, because I think the GPU operator is gonna be like really used with this. I thought about doing docs specifically for the NVIDIA part. So how to build this and how to run it and the caveats on that. And as an extension, also a page on explaining what the toolchain image is, what does it have, what it contains, and so on.
Nice. Do we plan to have? So now we deliver artifacts Hadron only. Do we plan to also have artifacts for the system extensions that people just download?
No idea. Still up to discussion, right? Like some official ones, you mean?
They will
exactly.
have time, no?
No, I mean, we can, for the options that are signed, we already say everything that is trusted boot, you have the responsibility to run your own pipeline, right? But you can still extend the system with system extensions, if I understand correctly.
Well, that's not really true, because with Aurora 6x and Convex, you can build these extensions from a published image. right? And because it's created locally, you sign it locally. So we can still push those NVIDIA images or that firmware update images upstream to Quay or whatever, and then you just, to build your sysx, you just put it like Aurora Boot sysx, this image, and with this private
that's
key and
even
So you
nicer.
just
certificate.
sign it, right?
Yeah, basically, you pull the image, extract the files, create the sysx, and sign it locally. So you can
That's
still do
even
that, and
nicer.
we can still push those images.
Very cool job. Nicely done.
We don't have docs for what you mentioned about the separate NVIDIA section. There is no ticket for that. Is there one?
No, there is not.
Right. We need one, and we need to put it here. So let me create a
Well,
sub
I think
issue.
it links with the extending the system because it's
Okay.
a really great example on how to do it with a real use case.
Okay. So as long as you don't forget, I'm not creating anything. So we have this
No,
ticket.
just assign that to me.
This is here. Where is it? Where did I put it now?
Limbo of GitHub.
This. Yeah. There it is. And Chaka. There. All right. If we don't need more stories, I'm going to go through the GitHub issues to see if there is any bug report.
Also keep in mind that we have 2 weeks for KubeCon, so there will be, I guess, time used for prepping for that.
Yeah, true. Although I don't have any talks myself, so if I'm not mistaken, I don't have much to prepare. But yeah, even for traveling, maybe we need some time to prepare things.
Yeah.
Okay, this was
Oh yeah.
about Ubuntu, if I recall correctly. Why is it so slow? Is it me or is it really slow? Look at that.
Are we back to having speed problems? It's not.
Unbelievable. I don't know.
No, I think it's you this time, man.
Is it me? But we can still speak, right? Oh, it is me.
Yes.
But why
No,
can we? No, you can't hear me, right?
no, we can't hear you now.
What on earth? There, LinkedIn works. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it works. Almost. No, nothing works. What's
Well,
going on?
It's your Firefox, I bet you.
There it is again.
Sorry.
I'm on nuts. Maybe I should just upgrade, right? And bring in all the latest goodies. It doesn't
You need
work.
Omar key. That's what you need, man.
The real OS, man.
Yeah.
See, this page works. I don't know. Come on. Yeah, there it is. Following up a discussion, grab F is the reason boot doesn't happen in a Dell server. Okay, Chaka, do you remember anything?
yes, this is a mess. So,
Nice introduction.
yeah, because it just happens with Dell servers, and it seems to be like 1 or 2 different exact hardware configurations, and I'm pretty sure it's the API. There is another issue, same as this, from a long time ago, like 8 months or 9 months ago, in which we could not get it to work properly, and then this one appear again, probably on the same server, and it's just, I don't get it, because their solution is to extract from the ISO, the Ubuntu ISO, the group file and substitute it, which makes no sense because it's not the same file, it's probably older, but it's just the files coming from Ubuntu, and then they keep saying, well, we should use the files from the ISO, and it's like, sorry, that's impossible, and we're using the files from Ubuntu. And I could not get them to work with me properly on this.
Sorry, I don't understand. They say to not use the apt package, but use this from the ISO. So theoretically, the ISO has the apt package. unless somewhere in the Ubuntu building pipelines of the ISO, they don't use their own package. Is that correct,
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. This
So
probably has something to do with the certs, with the certificates. But I could not get this to move forward, and then whomever was in charge of this then was moved to a different issue, so it's now in limbo.
Are we talking about the reporter, this guy?
Yeah.
And the discussion happened in Slack, I guess, not here, because I don't see
Yes,
anything.
this came from Spectrum and came directly. I think it's a server that we have in there.
Okay.
I think it's the same server we had issues 10 months ago.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we don't have enough feedback. Let them get back to us and we can pick it up.
Yeah.
Why is this here? I think yeah, no, sorry. So I said we have built NVIDIA certs. Yeah, we do when we build an image, but when you are just pulling a pre-cooked image, a Kairosified one, I'm not passing in the envars. It's called build env. So why would you pass it? I would pass it because these environment variables could be used to pull the actual image from a registry through a proxy. So one could say, what if I have a pre-cooked image in a private registry which I access through a proxy with custom CA certs? Can I do that? No, you cannot. And because the original request was for building images and pulling the base image from a private registry, it was simpler. It didn't need too many changes in other repos like Kairos SDK and all. So this is all explained in this comment. Just to speed things up, I just extracted that to a separate ticket. So just keep that in mind that if you're trying to pull a pre-cooked image from a proxy, this won't work. If someone needs that, we have to implement it. And it's all explained here. So that's what this is about, but I don't think we should pick it up. Nobody asked for it yet, so it's not urgent. Docs for NVIDIA building. Why is this here? We already have the other ticket. Maybe we should link them.
It seems like I did create one ticket after all. I forgot completely.
Okay, I'll just put it here and say related and let you figure out if it's related or not. Related. All right. Change upgrade latest in pipeline. Is that what is that? If the distribution has a new release, then a hard-coded release, I think, right? This upgrades will likely happen more often. It's supposed to automate the fetch latest release. Okay. Pain when we release, I guess.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I'll let whoever does the next release.
Yeah, it's not important. We can still do it manually a couple of times.
And that's the same pipeline?
No, but this is more about the GitHub configuration that right now all the jobs will say they are pending to run. And it's not that they are pending, but that the title expects 003 while that is already gone. We are now at 004. So I'm thinking maybe we just remove that number because we're probably going to be updating Hadron faster than we used to upgrade, for example, Ubuntu LTS, right?
True. This is all pending. The job name has the version in it.
Yeah.
I think I'll pull this in. It's really so it happens in all pull requests.
Yeah. This one is important, not like the release one. But the other one might also be needed, but this one is definitely more important.
Where did it go? Okay, let's put it there. All right. what time is it? Okay. Where was I here? Add support for Oracles. We already asked something there. Let's wait. OSV scanner configuration. It was in to do. I remember seeing it. Yeah, there it is. What does it need? Proposed approach. It has details. Oops, 1 second. I have to sneeze. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. How important is this? Limited value. Vulnerability coverage for the shipped artifacts. Everything that ends up inside a given Kairos version. I don't understand. What do we want to do? All components.
Basically, we need to run the scanner at the release time. Running it sooner brings no significant benefit. If I know that a certain version of Kairos init has a CVE, I mean, it's good to know, but it's not relevant until it's part of our release, right?
The reason we have that is because we want to know there's a vulnerability and update it before we cut the release, right?
Yeah, but you could release the version of Kairos init today and do the Kairos release 2 months later, and then you don't know if now it has a CVE.
So you want a monorepo, Mauro?
I've been saying it for a while now. Sorry. It's a joke. It's a joke.
What is it?
Say, I mean, we can open a card. It's planning, right?
Is there a reason to have Kairos init as a separate project, honestly, now? Is there any use of
between
Kairos init
init and Kairos? That's a good point. That one, I don't think so, but Ichaka would know better.
Otherwise, how do you do that? You scan so you're on the Kairos repo and you're about to release. How on earth? How do you do that non-manual, automatically scanning at that point? So there is only an intention in your brain that you want to cut a release. What will trigger the Kairos init OSV scan at that point?
During the release pipeline, so when you put some
Scan the other repo and break the release, you mean?
Yeah, indeed.
And between repos, can you scan the Kairos init repo from the Kairos repo? I mean, you can always pull it, right?
Yeah, there would be a checkout or something like that. So it's definitely possible, and the pipeline can fail early or something like that. I don't know.
I can pull it in, but let me check before I pull this in if there's anything more important, like a big bug or something. Landing page we already discussed. The record it's already in the do. Tooling to merge. Yeah, we already have it in the to do. This is external request. We already discussed what you want to discuss with William. Mechanical alternatives we discussed. Coq operator we discussed. So we have discussed all of these. This as well. So okay, this is the last thing I'm pulling for today. It was already there. Crap. It was already in to do. Now it's going back there where it was. So re-record maybe there. The way we do it, we keep ignoring the older issues, like this one, for example, baud rate. So we have to find, obviously in 1 hour you can't really scan everything. I don't know exactly how to do that, but maybe we should just dedicate either a call or do it asynchronously, everybody at their own time, and go through some of these old tickets and start closing them if they no longer make sense. Hopefully we haven't ignored something, and if there is additional feedback, we'll see the comment and discuss it. But yeah, We need different structure. 1 hour is not enough to go through all the tickets. That's why I'm trying to stick to the fresh ones. So having said that, that's my excuse for not going through the rest of the tickets. Thank you. And if you're all happy with this, maybe we can reorder them, but doesn't matter much because different people will pick different tickets. So the order is not very important here. Just that these top ones above the so-called waterline are what we're hoping to do in their better plan. That's how loose we do that. Are you all fine with this plan?
Sounds good.
Everybody,
Yep.
something to say? I'll stop sharing. 3, 2, 1. All good. Thank you for joining. Have a good week.
All right, folks. Have a good week. Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao, everyone.